Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Journey Talks. I'm your host, Emma, and today we're diving into a topic that every English learner faces, challenges when studying English and how to overcome them. And joining me is Daniel, an experienced English teacher who's also been through the same journey himself. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thanks, Emma. It's great to be here. I've seen so many learners struggle, but I've also seen incredible transformations. I'm really excited to share some stories and practical advice today.
Perfect. So grab your coffee or tea and let's get into it. Let's start with one of the biggest struggles, fear. Many learners say they're afraid of speaking. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, it's because speaking a new language feels like stepping out without clothes on. You feel vulnerable. People fear making mistakes, being laughed at, or sounding silly.
Oh, yes, that's so true. I remember when I learned Spanish, I was terrified to speak even a single word.
Exactly. But I always tell my students, mistakes mean progress. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning.
So true. Do you have any advice for people who want to overcome that fear?
Start small. Talk to yourself in English for a few minutes daily. Describe what you're doing. Then, join small group chats or language exchange apps. Gradually increase the pressure.
I love that. Step by step, like building confidence at the gym.
Yes, exactly. It's a workout for your brain and emotions.
Now, another common challenge, grammar. People say English grammar is confusing. Past perfect, conditionals, phrasal verbs. Oh my goodness.
Haha. Yes, grammar can be frustrating, but the key is not to obsess over it. Grammar is like the skeleton of a language, necessary, but it doesn't have to stop you from moving.
That's a great metaphor. So how should learners study grammar effectively?
Focus on one grammar point per week. Learn it in context. For example, if you're learning the present perfect, read or listen to stories that use it.
Right, because grammar makes more sense when you see it in action.
Exactly. And when it comes to vocabulary, don't just memorize long lists. Use new words in your own sentences and connect them emotionally.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's take the word overcome. Instead of just memorizing the meaning, think of a time when you overcame something difficult. Make the word yours.
That's powerful. Language becomes meaningful when it connects to your life. Listening is another big one. Some learners say native speakers talk too fast.
Haha, yes, that's a classic complaint. But the good news is, your ears can be trained.
How so?
Start with short, clear materials, podcasts for learners, YouTube videos with subtitles. Then, slowly move to natural speech. Don't try to understand every word. Focus on the main idea.
Yes, I remember being frustrated that I couldn't catch everything, but once I relaxed, I actually understood more.
Exactly. Your brain works better when you're calm.
And pronunciation. What's your take?
Don't aim to sound native. Aim to sound clear. Record yourself, shadow native speakers, and notice rhythm and intonation, not just individual sounds.
That's great advice. I like that you said clarity is the goal, not perfection. Let's talk about motivation. Many learners start strong, but give up after a few weeks.
Yes, motivation is like fire. It fades if you don't feed it. You need systems, not just feelings.
What kind of systems?
Set small, achievable goals. For example, I'll learn 10 new words this week, or I'll speak with someone for 5 minutes. Track your progress. Reward yourself.
I like that. Progress, not perfection.
Exactly. Also, find your why. Why are you learning English? A job? Travel? Movies? That emotional reason keeps you going when you feel tired.
That's beautiful. Having a purpose gives meaning to the effort. Another common challenge is time. People say, I'm too busy to study English.
That's true, but you can always find micro moments. Listen to podcasts while commuting, review words during lunch, think in English before bed.
So learning doesn't have to be a big, formal session.
Exactly. Small, consistent steps beat long, irregular study sessions.
Do you recommend any specific techniques?
Yes, active recall and spaced repetition. Review things just before you forget them. Use flashcards like Anki or Quizlet. And don't just read, speak, write, and use what you learn.
Practical, powerful, and realistic. Love that. Let's touch on one last challenge: cultural barriers. Sometimes learners understand the words, but not the meaning behind them.
Yes, language and culture are deeply connected. For example, in English, "How are you?" isn't always a real question. It's a greeting.
Exactly. And humor, idioms, and body language vary too.
That's why exposure is key. Watch English movies, listen to native speakers, observe how they express emotions. You'll learn both language and culture.
That's so true. It makes the language come alive. Daniel, this has been an amazing conversation.
Thank you, Emma. I've really enjoyed it.
Before we wrap up, any final message for our listeners?
Yes, don't compare your English to others. Compare your English today with your English from yesterday. Progress is personal.
Beautifully said. Thank you, Daniel, and thank you to our listeners for spending this time with us. Remember, learning English is not a race. It's a journey. See you next time on English Journey Talks.